if you don't remember from our previously posted introduction video, my name is Sonia and I will be one of your co-instructors for the Special Ed Online Music Program. So, for lesson number 1, I will be teaching you guys what whole notes are in music, and Nishi will be teaching you guys what whole rests are in music. So we have a super exciting lesson planned out for you, and we cannot wait to get started.
Everyone, so in today's lesson, we are going to be learning whole notes and whole rests. So in this segment, I'm going to be teaching you whole notes. So before we get started, I should explain to you what notes are. So notes, our musical definition is how long a specific note is, and that is how each note is different from each other. There are so many different kinds of notes, and they are all different based on how long a note is. And the way that we measure these notes and how long they are through a unit of measure that we call counts. So a count is basically just, let's say I have a note that is 4 counts, and this note will have a name, which I'll explain later, but let's say that this note has 4 counts. That means that the note's length, how we measure this note in our heads is 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I take my trumpet, so that is how long I would measure a note in my head, as 4 counts, and that is how long that note would be. And a note isn't what many would think. It's not the sound that's in music. It's not like when we listen to Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. It's not, the note isn't the sound that we hear. That's what we call pitch, which is something that we'll talk about a lot later. But all you have to know for now, for our next lessons, is that notes are different because of how long it is. It is based on a unit of measure that we call counts, and now when I talk about whole notes, I hope you'll understand a lot more, and when we review it, don't worry about it, we'll just keep reviewing it, so no worries if it's a little bit confusing.
Whole note is one of the many types of notes in music, and a whole note happens to be, I think, the longest one. So when I say this is what a whole note looks like. So when we look at this, I say, okay, this symbol has 4 counts of length into it. So to be a little bit more clear, this is what a whole note would sound like. Ba, ba. So take your bean bottle shakers or your hands, and I want you to sing with me, and I want you to shake 4 counts when I'm singing, okay? So let's get started. Ba. Okay, let's try that one more time. Ba. Do you see how that had 4 counts? That is what we are calling a whole note. So congratulations, you guys just played your first note. And I know a lot of people would ask, hey, but when I'm listening to sounds, they don't have those counts in it. When I listen to ba, I don't hear the counts within it. And that's true. You don't hear the counts when you're playing music. But counts, these 4 counts, are necessary to know because you have to know how long a note is in order to make it separate from a different note. I'm sorry if that's a little bit confusing, but things are going to get a lot clearer in the later lessons, so don't stress yourself out if this is too confusing. It's just the beginning. So, just to clarify one more time, I'm going to repeat myself, but I just want to say this one more time in case anyone has any questions. A whole note, what does it look like? It looks like this. This is what a whole note looks like. So when we see this, we think, okay, how many counts does this have? AKA, how long is this note? This note lasts for 4 counts. So 4 counts, meaning, let's do it with me. Ba. That's a whole note. All right. Don't stress yourself out if this is too difficult right now. it's really complicated for the first try. So later lessons we will be reviewing a lot, so it's no problem if you guys don't understand right now.
Hi guys, I hope you're all doing well. In case you don't remember from last time, my name is Nishi and I'm going to be one of your instructors for this unit. I hope you guys all had a good week last week and you enjoyed our video, and I hope you're ready for this one because it's a lot of new information and we're going to have a lot of fun with it, okay? Let's get started. So the thing that we're going to be talking about today is rests. And so we covered what notes are earlier in the video, right? Sonia discussed how they're a duration of sound and you can measure them in counts. And so similar to that, instead of being able to measure sound with the count, we're going to be measuring silence. And so it might sound weird, right? Like music is all about making sound and making noise and making it sound good. But if you think about it, you can't do that if you don't have pauses in the middle to make the piece more cohesive and flow well together, right? Imagine if someone was just singing throughout the entire piece of music. That'd be so hard to listen to and you get so tired of it. And so with rest, you're able to add more diversity and make the piece of music sound well together. And so just like notes, there's different durations of rest and there's different types of them, and we'll be covering so many of them in the later videos. But today we're just going to be focusing on a simple one called whole rests. And so I know you guys talked about whole notes earlier in the video where there's 4 counts of sound, and so similar to how there's 4 counts of sound, there's going to be 4 counts of silence. And so a whole rest looks like this. It's like an upside down hat, and I'll show you what it looks like again later on. But just so you know, a whole note looks like an upside down hat and it's all filled in. And so whenever you see this symbol, just think to yourself, 4 counts of no playing, okay? So just being quiet. And okay, I think that you guys got it, right? That's a pretty simple understanding definition of what it is. And I know it might be confusing right now, and I know I was confused when I learned about all of this for the first time, but don't worry about it at all. We'll keep reviewing, we'll keep practicing, and soon you guys are going to be pros at this, okay? Okay, hi guys, so I know we just learned what whole rests are, and I know that the concept of sort of counting silence with your head is kind of confusing because, you know, how do you count how long silence goes on for? And so we're going to do a quick example with the stuff that we learned earlier in the video, whole notes, and then we're going to put the new thing that we just learned, whole rest, and hopefully it makes a little bit more sense by the end of this. So if you want, can you guys go grab your shakers real quick? If you don't have one, me and Sonia went over how to make one in the earlier video, and it's super easy. You just need something that rattles. I literally just have a Tupperware and beans, and it works. So I'll pause for a minute, or you can just pause the video, and you guys can go grab that shaker real quick and come back, and we'll use it in the next little segment of this video. Okay, so now that you guys all have your shakers, we're gonna play this piece, but before we just start playing it, I want to really just quickly go over what each of these symbols mean, just so that it's a quick refresher, and so that like this sort of segment of music has more meaning than just random symbols that I drew on my board. Okay, so let's start with what's on the board. Can anybody yell out what this symbol is right now? Okay, so for those of you who said whole notes, I'm so proud of you. You guys are absolutely correct. And can anybody tell me how long a whole note goes on for? That's right. For those of you who said 4 notes, I'm so proud of you. You guys are so good at this, and it's all coming together. I'm so proud, okay? We're getting through this. And so now that we have our first one here, we just learned what the upside down hat means. I'll jog your memory a little bit. It's a whole rest. So can anybody tell me how long a whole rest goes on for? That's right, 4 notes. Good job, guys. Okay, and this last one is exactly the same as this one right here. So it should be super easy. It's 4 counts here, right, because it's a whole note. And exactly the same. It's 4 counts here. And so I wrote down how many beats each count is, just in case you forget while we're playing this. It's a quick reminder to have. Normally in pieces of music, they don't write these counts of music. They just have these symbols. But because we're doing this for the first time, I don't want it to be too confusing or anything. Okay, now that you have your shakers, we're going to play through this piece. I'm going to count out loud, and I'm going to shake my little beanbox for how long each duration is. I know Sonia sung the part earlier, and she counted it with the beatbox. It doesn't really matter how you do it, but I think for the purposes of this segment, I think it'll just be easier if I count out loud and just shake it with the beatbox so everybody can follow along in case you guys don't want to sing. Okay, let's get started. So a whole note, remember, is 4 counts. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the whole rest is silent for 4 counts. So you just don't play anything with the shaker. You just count 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you play the whole note again, which is 4 counts. And like we played earlier, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4. And now, when we put this all together, these 2 whole notes will be distinct, and it'll be a lot cooler to hear out loud because you have this rest in the middle, and that's why having sometimes a little bit of silence in your piece is super important. Okay, how about you guys give it a go and try to play this thing through all together without stopping breaks, without any breaks, and then we'll come back and we'll play it all together one last time, and then we'll wrap this video up. Okay, so now that you guys gave it a go on your own, let's play this together. I'll still count out loud, and if I just want to take a break in the middle to explain how, what each one is or anything like that. Okay, so I'll just be counting to 4 3 times, and let's get started, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job, guys. I'm so proud of you. You guys just played your first little beat of music, and I'm so proud. This is a big deal. Make sure you go celebrate with your friends and everything, okay? Okay, so that's all we had for you guys today. I didn't want to keep this video going on too long because I didn't want to get boring or anything, but I mean, I hope you did have a good time today and you learned something new. I'm super proud of you guys, and you guys should be proud of yourselves too. You guys just played your first little part of music, and that's always a big deal. So go celebrate with your families later today. I hope you guys are all doing well and doing safe, and we can't wait to see you guys back here next week. Thank you so much. We are forever grateful that you guys can see these videos and that we can send them to you, and we treasure this time, and you know, just being able to send content to you guys on a weekly basis just so much. Okay, so stay well, take care, and I'll see you guys back here next week. Bye.